think we finished the practice.
Have we done the example?
No.
So we're not going to do the part of
We haven't
practice?
done the example.
We're factoring with radicals right there.
Yeah, we haven't even done the.
We haven't even started the factory.
All right. When you're factoring, it's just like what you've done before. There's nothing different. So this is, don't write this down, just pay attention. So you have 2x plus 1 times 3x minus 4. How did we do that problem?
Combine like terms.
Correct, Ashley. You take the 2x times the 3x, and then we took the 2x times the negative 4. Then our next line we took 1 times 3x and 1 times negative 4. We distributed, correct? Nothing changes in math. No rules ever change. So we do the same thing no matter how ugly it looks. All right? So we have 2 square roots of 3 plus 4 square roots of 5 times square root of 3 plus 6 square roots of 5. We just distribute. So what am I going to take 2 square roots of 3 times? Square root of 3. All right. How do we multiply radicals? Okay, off to the side. How do I take 2 square root of 3 times the square root of 3? What do I multiply?
The 2 and the 1.
The coefficients. So 2 times 1 is 2.
2
Times 9.
So square root of 9?
Okay, okay, we'll do it the long way, just so you get it.
No.
So square root of 3 times the square root of 3 is the square root of 9. What's the square root of 9?
9.
3.
6.
All right.
What?
Anytime you take a square root times itself, what's it going to equal? What's inside? Every time. So what's the square root of 5 times the square root of 5?
5.
What's the square root of 91 times the square root of 91?
91.
91. Anytime you multiply a square root times itself, you're going to get what's under the radical back. Understood? Because you're squaring it. That's when we cancel the radicals. That's what you're doing. Okay, so the square root of 3 times the square root of 3 is 6. Does everybody understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, now what do I multiply
Wait,
next?
what happened to the 2?
2 times 3 is 6.
Oh, yes, just
Are
kidding.
you there?
Yeah.
Okay, 2 times square root of 3 times what?
6.
6 square root of 5. What do I multiply? 2 times what?
2 times 6.
Which is
12.
12. And then I multiply under the radical. What's the square root of 3 times the square root of 5?
15.
15. So I've got 12 square roots of 15.
Yeah.
Any confusion on that?
No.
No.
Nope.
I think
Okay, what do I multiply next?
Wait.
The
4.
4.
What can?
Oh, you did it to the first one. Okay.
Okay.
I did it to the second. Just kinda-
Are you good?
Yeah.
So 4 square root of 5 times the square root of 3. So 4 times what? 1. So that's 4. And then under the radical, square root of 5 times the square root of 3 is the square root of 15. 4 square roots of 15.
So Mrs. Carter,
Right there.
distributing right now?
Yes, we are.
How did you get 120?
All right, what do you multiply, Jacob? What times what?
Oh, okay.
6,
What's 4 times 6?
24.
Okay, and then what? Now what? You did the whole numbers, now you do the?
Not doing the square root.
Which is what? What's the square root of 5 times the square root of 5? 5.
She just talked about this. I know, I didn't
So?
understand it.
What do you multiply? 24. Now, square root of 5 times the square root of 5 is the square root of, which is, what's the square root of 25? 5. Because anytime you take a square root times itself, you get underneath the radical back. What's 24 times 5?
120.
120. Okay, are we there?
Where the heck
Okay.
did you?
What goes together?
The,
The 12, 15, and
The 15s go together because they're both the same square root. So we take the 12 plus the 4 and we get
16.
16. What else combined?
The 6 and the 120.
The 6 and the 120, which is 126.
No, you're
Is
not 21.
there anything else?
Would that be your answer?
That's your answer. Okay, you have 2 practices.
Carter, look at this.
See if you can get them done. Okay, so what's square root of 3 times 12?
Square root of 3 times 12 is 12 square root of 3.
Positive 12 square roots of 3, right?
All that thing.
What's the square root of 3 times a negative square root of
Negative
3?
square root of
three.
Negative
Square root of 3.
3. No, the square root goes away.
Think
Think about it. Square root of 3 times the square root of 3 is the square root of 9. What's the square root of 9? 3. Just 3. It comes out. It has a perfect square. So we're going to line it up under the numbers, because numbers go together, square roots go together. So, what's 144 minus 3?
141.
And what happened to your square roots?
It went
Disappear.
away. Shoot.
You got
Kind of nice, huh?
140.
Yeah,
Too
no,
bad we
they're
kind
not all
of
like
like that
that.
when they do that.
No.
I got.
All right, next one.
I need to make the second row. I messed up big time.
First step.
No.
Now what?
I'm
Just
not
do it,
done.
just do it.
All right, hurry up.
No, I'm not.
Exactly.
We could have been.
Okay, here we go.
I
Till
thought-
740.
I just didn't-
First step. What, Christian? What? Okay, what is it?
Distribute the 3.
So 3 times 3 is 9.
Mine.
Then what? No,
Mine.
no,
You
no.
have to do it to the 7. Square root.
This is a positive.
Yeah.
So a positive times a positive is a
Positive.
positive.
3.
3 times the square root of 7 is what?
Square root of 7.
3 square roots of 7. Okay, Robert, what's the next step?
Shoot. Why would you blow my earlid, Stevens?
Robert, what is it? What do you think it is?
I can do it.
Can you do it? What is it?
Wait, what are we doing?
Oh my goodness.
Wait, we're doing the
honestly.
negative square root of 7 times 3, right?
Yep. So now we take the negative square root of 7 times 3, which is what?
Alright.
Negative.
Negative 3 squared root of 7. Where does he go?
He goes under
Oh,
that.
I like that.
He goes under.
That's pretty.
Okay? Now what do I multiply? Allison? Perfect. And what do you get when you multiply those two? Negative 7 and he goes under.
9.
Why negative? Because
It's a negative times a positive, which makes it negative, and he goes underneath the 9.
No.
So what's 9 minus 7?
2.
2.
I got it
What do I
right.
square roots do?
Cross it out.
I got it right.
So your answer is 2.
I'm guessing.
All right.
Like a
These
bomb
are called, these are very special.
Um,
Not all the time is everything going to cancel out. These are called conjugates.
Conjugative.
When you look at them, what's the difference between the first one and the second one?
It has a
Positive.
negative sign. Oh,
Yeah, the only thing that changes is the sign in the middle.
I thought these were conjugates. These
I
are
don't know what
radical.
you're pointing to. Nope, that's just how we distribute, and then we got into conjugates.
This
Conjugates. Conjugates.
but then
That shows you how to work them,
So
and
is
then
it
I gave
conjugate
it
or
to
not?
you. Conjugate.
Conjugate or conjugate?
All right, now remember how we can't have radicals in the denominator? Right?
Right.
And it was easy the first time we did them, because there was only one radical. So you just find all pairs. But now, when you look at them, this is your problem right here. This is what it's going to start out like.
Holy crap.
And there's a whole number and a radical. Or there could be 2 radicals. It can happen. But anyway, there's more than one. Everybody with me?
so many walls that how are we going to use our scissors?
So now, what do you think I'm going to multiply by to get rid of the radical?
6.
Positive, no, negative.
Positive
6
6.
plus
The square root of
square
5.
root of 5. The conjugate, because it clears it. So I look at the denominator, And what sign do I change?
The subtraction sign.
The middle sign. Whatever this sign is, we do the opposite. And that gives us our conjugate. Okay, does everybody understand 6 plus square root of 5?
Yeah, yes. It's
Just do the
11.
opposite sign, right?
It's 11.
Now we're going to multiply. I took a shortcut here.
Wait,
So we
how do
take-
you- how'd you get that time to solve?
6 times 6 is
Oh,
36. Then I take 6 times what?
the square root of,
So that's plus 6 square roots of 5.
oh, it's plus?
And, well, that's a positive and a positive. Now we take the negative square root of 5 times 6, which is what?
-3.
Negative 6 square roots of 5. They're not both under, so you can't multiply them. Now what's the negative square root of 5 times square root of 5?
-5.
Negative 5. You guys, are these always going to cancel right here?
No.
When they're conjugates, they will always cancel. So it's always just opposite sign. That's going to cancel every time. So if you know that, can I cheat?
No.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah.
a cheater.
I am a cheater. So that guy goes away. So because I know and I'm using my brain, how could I make this shorter?
You could just,
I could take the 6 times the 6, which gives you,
35.
and then I could take the square root of 5 times the square root of 5, which gives you
Negative
5.
Yep.
And then my denominator is 31. If you want to write the whole thing out, is that totally okay?
No.
Yes. Yes, it is. If it helps you understand it, you can always do it.
what?
All right, we just did the denominator. So who do I have to work with now? The numerator. So whatever I did to the denominator, I have to do to the numerator. Okay, what do I do with the 4? Okay, so this is 4 times 6. They're both whole numbers, so you multiply them. Agreed?
So,
Yeah.
why?
So what is 4 times the square root of 5?
4 square root of 5.
4 square roots of 5, because this is a whole number. He's out front. Square root stays the square root. You cannot multiply those together.
No.
They're 2 different numbers. Okay, can I do anything with that guy?
No.
Nope. So this is the final answer.
Why can't you add the 24 then?
Order of operations, Eric. Can I add before I multiply?
No.
No.
What's
Never, ever, ever.
Because of the coefficient in front of the radical.
Because this means 4 times the square root of 5.
Oh, yeah, okay.
So you cannot add before you multiply, and since you can't multiply those, you're
Wait.
done.
Wait.
What?
This one's gonna be like destiny.
I know, that's what I'm saying. It's not
Okay, first step, we do the bottom. So, what do we multiply first? Square root of 3 times what?
square root of 3.
What is the square root of 3 times the square root of 3? 3.
Square minus 25.
Now, we can cheat because they're conjugates, right?
Negative 25.
So what's negative 5 times 5?
Negative
Minus 25.
Negative 25. So my denominator is negative 22.
Yeah, this is Carter. I thought I was in the thing, the square root thing, so you couldn't.
There's nothing in the square root when I'm
The 5 is not in the square root thing. The 5 is in the square root thing in the example, not in the practice question.
But it's not in front of it.
It's not.
That's okay, it doesn't have to be. Doesn't matter what order it is.
You can change it around if you want to.
It doesn't need to be in front.
All right, so now what's 2 times the square root of 3?
2 square root of 3.
2 square roots of 3.
Plus 10.
Plus 2 times 5 is 10. Okay, I can't do anything to that, guys. Now, do you remember how to reduce? Because most of you got there, but not very many of you reduced.
What?
Yeah, oh, you can if. What has to be the same? This is old. The 10, the 22, and the...
2.
So this guy, and this
this
guy
guy.
all have something in common we can get rid of.
Oh, okay. So it's
So then it would be
negative 11.
no negative
Square
root
root
of 3 plus
5.
5 negative 1.
Beautiful.
You divide them all by 2.
Do you need the 1 there?
Do they all?
No,
Okay.
you do not need the one, only if you want it. AJ?
I'm confused. Wait, don't you have
On.
the negative 1?
Yeah.
I got. It's the third over 3. If you want to look at it. Like after. Are you
Yeah.
gonna clear it?
No, 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 no.
Okay, up here, what's my conjugate?
4 plus 6 square, the square root of 6.
4 plus the square root of 6.
Yeah.
Okay, what do we get on the bottom?
Wait, I didn't do this.
4 times 4 is 16. Then what? Good, minus 6. Perfect. So we have 10 in the denominator. Well done. Okay, now how do we do the top?
You gotta multiply.
5 square root of 6.
It's 20.
And nothing reduces there. Okay, does anything reduce here?
Yes, they're all divisible by 5.
All of these are divisible by 5. So what do I get? 20 divided by 5?
4 plus 1 square root of 6.
Over
2.
2. Nicely done. Are we
Boom.
understanding?
These are easy compared to last chapter.
This is easy compared to
Why didn't
last
we do
one.
this one first?
I don't know.